Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to go ahead and get this GSR trans pulled apart, get everything cleaned real well, inspect it, case sealed back up, and get her put back together. First thing you want to do is pull the 12 millimeter bolts out that go around the case. Once you get those out, they're going to have detent bolts here. Be careful when you pull these out because there is a spring on the end of these and a little small ball bearing deal on the end of them, so be very careful whenever you pull them out. And then we're going to pull this one out as well. Our case should be free. Pop this out and get our C-clip. She should come off there. Now you're going to take that plug out of the top there. It's a big Allen head, and that will expose the C-clip. There's a few safe spots that you can get you a little pry in and try to break it free. Right here's one of them. And just give her a little, and we'll just on the next spot. Now you don't want to go crazy prying because these are aluminum cases at the end of the day, and you can crack them. There she goes. See, I got that little bit of gap there now. This is where you want to get your C-clip. And you're about to spread it apart while you lift up on your case. I don't have my pliers, so I'm not sure if I'm even going to be able to do this or not. I got her. I might get it with these. I've done it so many times. Got her. Can't believe I got it with these fucking things. It's crazy. So what I was doing, trying to, there's a C-clip right here. You got to spread that apart to get that case to come up. If you don't get that spread apart, it will not come apart. Don't go prying the shit out of it if it's not coming easy and you don't have that thing spread apart far enough. Let's get this freaking case off here. Pretty clean. First thing we're going to do is pull our reverse thing off here. Like everything else, pull off the bolt right back in. Slippery little bastard. There's our reverse here. Pull our reverse. And we're going to pull our shift fork, shifter, I don't even know what the hell this thing's called. I just want to dig it out. Try to get it out. I just off my gloves. It's like smell, dude. I hate smelling. I'll get something to put it back together. Now Now we'll be able to pull our gear stacks out. And what you want to do is grab all 3 of these and your gear stacks at the same time and just kind of wiggle as you come up. Okay, that one's obviously not going to cooperate. Oh. Alright, and gear stacks, synchros all look great. I just put them in last year, so. Everything in here looks good and normal. Now, these right here are extremely important. They go a certain way. They might look the same, or they're not. One is concaved and the other one's not, and they have to sit down here in a certain way. Watch this. You guys want to go bye-byes? Go for a ride? You want to go for a ride? How bad? You tell me how bad you want to go for a ride, and if it's bad enough, then I'll take you for a ride. That bad? All right, let's go. I guess. You still want to go? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, you guys don't like that rain, do you? Come on, load up. Let's go. We don't like no rain, huh, Satus? No rain. Huh, Slash? We not like no rain. Alright, boys, let's go. Go get some brake clean and some silicone. Alright, we got our brake parts cleaner and we got our gasket maker, silicone. Head back to the house in this beautiful weather we're having. Alright, we're back. We got our brake clean, we got our silicone, so let's go ahead and get the inside of this case all cleaned up. We'll get this gear stacks cleaned up, the diff cleaned up, everything. We'll take some emery pad to our mating surfaces here to make sure we got good mating surfaces and go ahead and get her put back together. Now that the gear stacks are back in, we're going to go ahead and toss our reverse gear and our shift assembly deal back in as well. Okay, now we've got our shifter mechanism back in there. Got our reverse back in there. What we're going to go ahead and do, this plate that goes on top here, you want to make sure that this is facing in about the 12 to 1 o'clock position when you go to slide this case back on. If not, you're going to have a hell of a time getting it slid on there. So go ahead and apply our silicone. Make sure this is facing the right direction. Go ahead and slide our case back down on top. And then we'll have to spread our C-clip back open and push it the rest of the way down. We'll get some bolts in her. down. Sometimes they don't. They won't seat all the way up. So then you gotta put the transmission upside down and lightly drop the end of this onto the ground, and it'll shift all that stuff down. I know it sounds crazy, drop the transmission, but I don't mean drop it from waist level. I mean from like 2 inches above the ground. All right, we got her all back together. All the bolts are in. We'll give this about another 30 minutes to set up, and then once it's all set up, we'll torque the rest of them bolts all down. All right, let's get these bolts snugged up. There's the way. You can just like do any other multi-bolt thing. Just cross, pull another, tighten one side down all at once. Side up, same side. I lost my hat, I got wild hair right now. Take it. Just as I suspected, they were all nice and tight. We're good to go. Well, she's good to go. Everything was tight like I figured it was, but you got to double check.
12 hours later.
Well, I went up and got some hardware for my fuel pressure regulator and decided I might as well go ahead and hook up some fuel lines. So I got 3 left to get hooked up. I started and forgot to hit record. Anyways, I got you guys pulled up now, and we're going to continue to knock this shit out. Now we'll go ahead and get our feed line hooked up to the filter. Sorry for the shitty quality. I'm recording this on my tablet while I'm editing. I wanted to put this in here. For my feed line, it's a -6 AN line running all the way to my tank for the return and feed line. And they sell these adapters. And this is actually one of those push lock fittings.
and this will slide onto your factory OEM gas lines from your tank to where you can run your Dash 6AN the rest way up to the front without having to cut or anything on your gas neck. So I will throw up the link right here so you guys can know where to get these. Save you some time, some hassle, and if you don't have the means to do it the other way, this is a super, super simple alternative.
Since a lot of things have moved around, I want to see if we have a 90-degree fitting for that fuel, because otherwise I'm going to have a straight fitting running in right there, and it'll have more hose showing than what's really necessary. Yep, there we go. Bam, 90. That's what we needed. Let's get that on. You don't ever want to tighten these things too tight, and keep in mind they're aluminum threads, so you just want to get them nice and snug. I don't want to go fucking crazy. Make sure this is tight here, it's the important part. Our next line will go from here to our fuel rail, which I'm going to leave that off until we start installing the engine. Same way with this. This will connect to the other side of our fuel rail. And then obviously that's our return line. It's looking pretty freaking good, man. Pretty clean. Get a couple zip ties and get this here. Now we're talking. Regulator. Mount up. Our inlet fuel into our filter. Then we have our line that runs to the fuel rail. Then we have our regulator that runs to the end of the fuel rail. Lines run. There's the feed, runs straight down and underneath. The return also runs straight down and underneath. Just looking good, looking clean. But I appreciate y'all watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next one.